Reps are the key factor in building muscle in any given set that we actually do. So, what is the secret number that's going to be giving us the best bang for our buck when growing muscle? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here, and if you do like today's video, I recommend subscribing and liking the video and comment what you'd like to see in future videos, and I will be sure to get on it. But let's talk about reps and whether higher reps seem to be the secret of building more muscle, or is it lower reps that are kind of leaning towards these are more productive? And this is what we're going to talk about. No matter what you do in the gym, you're definitely going to be completing some rep of some variation, whether that's on pull-ups and just doing as many as you can. These count as reps, or if you're just doing 15 reps of a leg press. If you're doing any exercise, the repetitions that you do from apply some context to find a good range that is actually the most productive for muscle growth. We're starting to see that if we train to failure, we're going to be growing muscle. And if we're training to failure in the range of 5 to 30 reps, that we're going to be growing muscle in similar variations. So from 5 to 30 reps, if taken to failure, we will be growing similar ranges of muscle. But we want to apply some context to this. Is 5 to 30 reps just all the same? Are there no other factors that are going to be applied to this? No, there is plenty of other factors that we need to think about for being the most productive with our muscle building. One of the biggest ones is when we're looking at fatigue. Doing 30 reps to failure on, let's say, a leg press compared to doing 5 reps to failure, 30 reps is going to be a lot more fatiguing compared to the 5. And this is because, well, one, our heart's going to be beaten a lot more because this doing 30 reps to failure is like cardio. It's a lot of work and your heart's going to be beaten. You're going to be out of breath after the set compared to the 5. It is going to be so much work to do 30 reps of failure because you're just exerting so much more energy and you're in the set for a lot longer. Compared to the 5 reps, it's going to be heavier weight for that 5 reps because you're taking both to failure, so the weight will change. But that 5 reps is only 5 reps, so you only need to do the set for a short amount of time. So you're reducing the amount of fatigue that you're accumulating over the course of that one set. And when we're looking at fatigue throughout the whole workout and we want to manage it the best way possible to be the most productive for overall muscle growth, we definitely want to be looking at shorter or lower rep ranges because we can save just a little bit extra energy with that. The second is really just a my opinion type thing. In my opinion, I've seen that people struggle to train to failure when they're doing a higher amount of reps compared to lower reps. When we pick a good heavy weight that they can only do 4 to 6 reps, this is usually closer to failure, or if not failure, compared to doing a lighter weight and they're just doing 15, 20 reps and they're really just letting their mind shut them off because one, they're getting a little bit more fatigue and they're thinking the muscles fatigued instead of actually training to failure where it's super difficult, but they're already exhausted from the overall 10 reps before that they can't even train to failure properly with higher reps. And so this is kind of a personal thing that I've seen with a lot of people, that they find it easier to train to failure with lower rep ranges compared to higher. So it's not necessarily a thing that will be for all people. Some people might find it easier to train to failure on higher reps, and that is completely fine, but it is something just I've seen from time to time. The last thing is that we've found that the last 5 reps closer to failure or before failure are the most productive. So when we're thinking about that in a little bit of context or applying it to our sets, if we just did a 5 rep set to failure, all of those 5 reps were stimulating. And if we did a 15 rep set, well, then those first 10 reps were not as productive as the last 5 of that 15. So we just kind of accumulated random fatigue or just unnecessary fatigue when we could have just done 5 of the most productive reps towards muscle growth and just kind of erase those other 10 reps. So that's why you see a lot of guys now doing the low rep range, because they're just trying to get to those last 5 reps as quick as possible because these have been the most stimulating, if that makes sense. All in all, though, yes, we know that 5 to 30 reps trained to failure are going to be producing a similar amounts of muscle growth. However, we can apply all these other things and kind of lean towards that lower rep range because there's so many other factors that are at play. So it's not just about into this one thing about building muscle and using it to our advantage, and that's leaning towards the lower rep range. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I do recommend subscribing and liking this video because I love making these videos and I would love to see you a part of the team. And so just comment what you want to see more of, and I will definitely get to it.